What's up everyone, Andrew Baena here, and on today's video we are taking a look at the Sterling by Music Man Kaizen 7-string guitar. Sterling by Music Man is, of course, the budget-friendly version of Ernie Ball Music Man, and this year they have released the Kaizen model in the 7-string and 6-string version, and the one that I have right here is in this beautiful Fire Mist purple finish. Before we move on, I have to give a massive thank you to Sterling by Music Man for sending over this guitar and sponsoring this video. However, with that being said, all thoughts and opinions are my own still, of course. You already heard how this guitar sounds in a full demo mix. Next up, we're going to talk about the specs and features of this instrument. I'm going to show you a few soloed tone clips, and last but not least, tell you my thoughts and opinions on this instrument. So let's get right into the specs. Like I said, this is the Kaizen model. It is a little different than the full-fledged Ernie Ball Music Man version because it is a straight scale, not fan fret design. So this is a straight 25.5-inch scale for the 7-string guitar. The body is made out of Nayato, and like I said, this is the Fire Mist purple finish, which looks absolutely beautiful, by the way, in case you haven't noticed yet. And it also comes in a stealth black finish, but I was like, obviously I want the purple one, you know? While we're on the topic of the body, this has Sterling by Music Man's own modern tremolo style bridge. You can see this on pretty much all of their guitars. As for the controls, we have a volume, a tone, and a 3-way pickup selector. Nothing too crazy with this guitar, no push-pull on either knob and the 3-way pickup selector. We also have Sterling by Music Man's own humbucker pickups in the bridge and neck respectively. I think that these actually sound really good and are a vast improvement over the stock pickups that came in the JP model that I tried a few years back, but we'll talk about that more later. As for the rest of the specs, we are looking at a rosewood fretboard with a roasted maple neck. One major thing that stands out about this guitar are actually the tuners. So these are Steinberger gearless tuners. That's hard to say for some reason. Anyways, I've never tried these tuners before. It's actually pretty interesting. You load the top of the string through the front of the tuning peg up here, and you lock it into place using this key right here, and then to tune them up, you spin the gears. Well, I guess they're not gears, but the, knobs on the back of the headstock right there. Pretty interesting. Works pretty much like any other tuner, except you're turning it like this rather than this, but same concept. This is also a bolt-on guitar, as you can see on the back there, with a 5-bolt design right there. Pretty nice upper fret access, if I do say so myself, and that cutaway helps with that a lot. So that pretty much does it for the specs and features of this guitar. This one definitely isn't too crazy in terms of specs and features, but I'm always a fan of less features personally, so I'm totally cool with that. The main standout for this guitar obviously is the body style, and of course the unique headstock style as well. So this is a cool way to get the Kaizen look at a much more affordable price. At the time of filming this video, the 7-string version of this guitar comes in at $900 US, and the 6-string version comes in at $850. So next up, I'm going to show you a few soloed tone clips using this guitar. I'm going to show you a heavy high gain tone, a lead tone, and a clean tone. And on the clean tone, I'm going to show you the difference between those pickups, because for the rhythm tone, obviously I'm only going to be using the bridge pickup. Anyways, it sounds like this. Okay, last but not least are my thoughts and opinions on this guitar. Now, like I said, there are not too many features going on with this guitar. It is a little bit kind of scaled back in terms of features, especially compared to the full-fledged Music Man version. But in my opinion, I'm totally fine with that, since oftentimes I don't really find myself using a lot of the extra features on most guitars. Hell, on most of my customs, I literally have one pickup and a kill switch only, so I'm totally cool with that, but your mileage may vary. Definitely, like I've said a few times, the standout features of this guitar are the aesthetics. The body style of the Kaizen is very, very unique and really cool looking, and the headstock is a little bit more up for debate whether you like this style or not. I personally do think it looks pretty cool. I could go without the tuners personally. I'm a sucker for just standard locking tuners, but hey, it's always cool to try something new, and these will definitely make a statement. Overall, the fit and finish of this guitar feels really nice, no sharp fret ends, and like I said earlier, I really, really like how this finish looks. It's very interesting because it's not a color shift finish, but it almost gives the illusion that it would be, although it is definitely very much purple through and through. The 25.5-inch scale length is something that is going to be debatably good or bad depending on the player that you are. Some people really don't like standard scale 7-string guitars, and some people love them. So if you are someone that does a lot more shreddy stuff or is only tuning to like B standard or drop A, this scale length is totally fine, and the benefit is it will be easier to play than an extended scale length, meaning a longer neck, more or less. However, the downside of a standard scale neck is that you cannot tune it as low, and you're going to need thicker string gauges than most other 7-strings, so bear that in mind when deciding if this guitar is right for you or not. The only real thing I noticed about this guitar is that the truss rod is a little bit sticky, so if you buy one of these guitars, definitely check to make sure the truss rod moves. You have to wrench it quite a bit harder than most other guitars that I've had, which I thought was a little strange, but I mean, it works nonetheless. Just make sure you stick it in there, rotate it around a little bit just to make sure it works on yours as well. So yeah, nothing too crazy with this guitar, but it is a very, very nice, very unique looking instrument. So if you want a guitar that will stand out compared to most other Super Strat style 7-strings, I think this is a good option. Again, a massive thank you to Sterling by Music Man for sponsoring this video and sending this guitar over to me. There's going to be a link in the description to their website to check out more information on this guitar, and also you can decide to purchase one there for yourself if you want. That's pretty much going to do it for this video, other than one last thing, which is, of course, I have to give a massive thank you to all my Patreon members whose names are on the screen at this point in time. If you're interested in audio downloads, guitar tabs, stems, or a shout out on the screen like these people, be sure to go check out the link in the description below as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.